There's no question that in America, blacks, on average, are economically behind whites. Average black household income is about 40% less than for whites. Why? Other minorities were once that far behind, but they've prospered. In 1910, Chinese immigrants were 10% poorer than other Americans. Their grandkids in 1985 were 35% richer than other Americans. Other minorities rose out of poverty: Italians, Hungarians, the Irish, and so on. So why not most blacks? Because just at the time that blacks like Walter Williams were lifting themselves out of poverty, President Johnson created a government war on poverty. Trillions of your dollars were spent on welfare programs that unintentionally reward dependency. And then came more regulation, like licensing rules and minimum wage rules that stifle entrepreneurship. Politicians like Jesse Jackson say racism is why blacks still struggle today. But Walter Williams taught me that's just nonsense. There is still racism today. But if that's such an obstacle, explain the success of black immigrants in America. Their skin is just as dark, but they do well. They prosper. Immigrants from Jamaica are poorer than the average American. But a few years later, their kids are 1% richer than the average American. Why? Well, one reason is that it's harder for immigrants to get government assistance. They don't grow up in a culture of handouts, so they're forced to make it on their own. And that makes all the difference. What helps poor people most is limited government, simple rules that everyone understands, that leave newcomers free to braid hair, for example, or drive taxis or start companies. If the state keeps the peace but then gets out of our way, people prosper. I didn't understand that until Walter Williams taught me. And many Americans still don't get it. But while interviewing people in Times Square for this program, I was happy to hear that some people do get it. Like this man who said, no, there should not be a higher minimum wage.
If you raise the minimum wage, that basically means they're going to have to give a pink slip to someone else. So I don't think it helps.
Shouldn't there be a safety net?
When my parents came here in 1974, they were looking for opportunity. But I did grow up on public assistance, and it's hurt my mother more than helped her. To this day, I'm still trying to get her out of that welfare.
Well, how has it hurt her?
Well, you're not supposed to be making a certain amount of money, meaning, say, $22,000. My mother's never made over $22,000 in her life because she was afraid to lose her benefits. It's harmed her more than helped her. The individuals should pick up their own pants and do their thing, and if not, then I think there are some generous people who are willing to help.
There are plenty of generous people in America who want to help the truly needy, the helpless, and those charities do a better job of it than big government. I'd like to close this show by pointing out that one of my charities, one that teaches students about free markets, just held a What's Great About America essay contest. 8,000 high school students entered. One wrote that what makes America great is our diversity and our prosperity, our ability to go through the cruelty of Jim Crow South and still be committed to individual freedom. Well said. And Phil Wegman from Woodburn, Indiana, who wrote that, is here tonight. He won the contest. Congratulations. The runner-up, Dora Juhas, wrote about how her father came here from Hungary and learned that in America anything is possible. So congratulations to you too. Well, some things in America are impossible, actually, but in America, if government just stays out of the way, most things are possible. Wonderful things. And that's our show for tonight. Thanks for watching. Good night.